Have you ever felt like your mind is a runaway train, speeding down a track you can't control? Thoughts racing, worries swirling, and that constant nagging feeling that you're just overthinking? You're not alone. In a world buzzing with distractions and demands, our minds often become battlegrounds for endless thoughts. But what if I told you there's a way to step off that runaway train, to find peace amidst the chaos? What if I told you you already have the tools to quiet your mind? Today, we're going to explore simple yet powerful mindfulness techniques to help you quiet your overactive mind. We'll delve into the heart of Zen and Buddhist wisdom, not as complex philosophies, but as practical tools for everyday life. We'll even uncover a surprising connection between ancient practices and modern science. But first, let's talk about why we overthink. We live in a world that constantly bombards us with information. Social media, news cycles, work demands. It's a relentless stream of stimuli. Our brains, designed for survival, are constantly scanning for threats and opportunities. This constant processing can lead to a state of mental overdrive, where thoughts loop and repeat, creating a cycle of worry and anxiety. It's like a radio stuck on a station you don't want to listen to, and you can't find the off switch. Have you ever noticed how your overthinking often revolves around the past or the future? We replay past mistakes, imagining what we could have done differently. Or we project into the future, worrying about what might happen, creating scenarios that may never come to pass. We become trapped in these mental time loops, missing the present moment entirely. This is where mindfulness comes in. It's the art of bringing our attention back to the here and now. Imagine you're walking in a beautiful garden. You could spend your time thinking about the garden you visited yesterday, or worrying about the garden you might visit tomorrow. But by doing so, you miss the beauty of the garden right in front of you. Mindfulness is about noticing the colors, the scents, the textures of this present moment, without judgment. One of the most fundamental mindfulness techniques is simply paying attention to your breath. It sounds simple, even trivial, but it's incredibly powerful. When your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to the sensation of your breath. Notice the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. Feel the air moving in and out of your nostrils. This act of returning to the breath is like gently guiding a playful puppy back to its leash. You're not trying to force your mind to be still, but rather gently reminding it to come back to the present. You might find that your mind wanders hundreds of times. That's perfectly normal. The key is to notice the wandering without judgment and gently bring your attention back to the breath. Another powerful technique is mindful observation. This involves simply noticing your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. Imagine your thoughts as clouds passing across the sky. You observe them, acknowledge them, but you don't chase after them or try to hold on to them. They simply pass by. Now here's where we get to that surprising twist. Did you know that modern neuroscience has shown that mindfulness meditation can actually change the structure of your brain? Studies have shown that regular mindfulness practice can increase the gray matter in areas associated with memory, learning, and emotion regulation. It's like exercising your brain, making it stronger and more resilient. Think of your mind as a muscle. Just like any muscle, it needs training to become stronger. By practicing mindfulness, you're training your mind to be more present, more focused, and less reactive. You're building your mental resilience. Now, here's a poignant story from Zen tradition. In a secluded mountain monastery, nestled amidst towering peaks and whispering pines, lived a young monk named Kenzo. Kenzo, though devoted to his practice, found his mind a relentless torrent of thoughts. He'd sit for hours in meditation, yet his mind would race, leaping from one worry to another, like a restless monkey swinging from branch to branch. He worried about his progress, about whether he was worthy of the monastic life, about the teachings he struggled to grasp. He even worried about worrying. This constant mental chatter left him exhausted and frustrated. He felt like a prisoner in his own mind. One day, in sheer desperation, Kenzo approached his master, an old, wise monk named Roshi. "Master," Kenzo pleaded, his voice trembling, "my mind is a battlefield. I cannot find peace. I cannot silence the endless stream of thoughts." Roshi, with a gentle smile, listened patiently. When Kenzo finished, he simply said, "Kenzo, tell me, when a guest arrives at your door, what do you do?" Kenzo, confused, replied, "I greet them, master. I offer them tea and a seat." Roshi nodded. "And if they wish to leave?" "I bid them farewell," Kenzo said. Roshi then said, "Your thoughts are like guests arriving at your door. You cannot stop them from coming, but you can choose how you greet them." Kenzo was puzzled. "But master," he said, "these guests are unwelcome. They disturb my peace." Roshi chuckled softly. "Ah, Kenzo, but you are the one who invites them in for a long stay. You offer them tea, you offer them a seat, you entertain them with your worries and fears. You dwell on their stories, giving them power over you." Kenzo's eyes widened. He realized that he was not a victim of his thoughts, but an active participant in their drama. He was the one giving them life, feeding them with his attention. Roshi continued, "When a thought arrives, simply acknowledge it, like a polite host greeting a guest. 'Ah, worry,' you might say. 'Hello, fear.' Acknowledge their presence, but do not invite them to stay. Do not offer them tea. Do not engage in their stories." Kenzo began to practice this simple technique. At first it was difficult. The thoughts were persistent, like insistent guests refusing to leave. But gradually, he learned to acknowledge them without getting caught up in them. He learned to observe them as passing phenomena, like clouds drifting across the sky. One day, while meditating, Kenzo noticed a particularly persistent thought, a worry about his past mistakes. He acknowledged it, but instead of engaging with it, he simply returned his attention to his breath. Suddenly, he felt a profound sense of peace, a stillness he had never experienced before. He realized that true peace was not the absence of thoughts, but the ability to observe them without judgment. He had learned to be the master of his mind, not its slave. From that day on, Kenzo's mind became a peaceful garden, where thoughts came and went like gentle breezes, no longer disturbing the tranquility of his inner landscape. He had learned to become the polite host who greets his guests and bids them farewell without becoming entangled in their stories. And so, like Kenzo, we too can learn to be the polite host of our minds. We can learn to acknowledge our thoughts without giving them power over us. We can find peace in the present moment, even amidst the chaos of our minds. This story highlights the essence of mindful observation. You acknowledge your thoughts, but you don't dwell on them. So how can you apply these techniques to your daily life? Start small. Take a few minutes each day to practice mindful breathing. You can do it while waiting in line, while commuting, or even while washing dishes. Simply bring your attention to the sensations of the present moment. Remember, mindfulness is not about achieving a state of perfect stillness. It's about cultivating a gentle awareness of the present moment, even amidst the chaos of daily life. It's about learning to step off that runaway train and find peace in the present. And always remember, the journey of mindfulness is a continuous process, not a destination. Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and most importantly, remember that you already have the tools within you to quiet your mind and find peace. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more mindfulness and Zen teachings. And remember, the peace you seek is already within you.